Hi, how are you?
So it's
Welcome
good.
to the Limelight Podcast.
Welcome to the Limelight Podcast featuring
What up, man?
Viridian from New Jersey.
Here we are.
You guys are
Putting my
actually on the uprising right now, being releasing your first song, Kinetic. It's not your first song, but your recent song, Kinetic, through Dreambound. Like that's like a great opportunity for a well-established underground band to get that attention through a massive media outlet like that. How did you go about that, Dom? Because it seems like Dreambound has a way of needing the quality of like video and audio and like an overround like vibe aesthetic to that channel in itself.
Yeah, well, we were always attracted to that kind of aesthetic that they provided and the exposure and the fan base that they had. It was always a very positive fan base, and I felt like I always saw a lot of upcoming bands on there. So when we were putting out songs, we were putting out the song called Strain with our previous vocalist, and I just shot them an email and gave them everything that I had to give them, like the video and whatnot, and they liked it. And because we saw the video and we were totally aiming when we were shooting the video, we were aiming on it, giving it that vibe. Like we kind of knew what we wanted. The director Eric at the time knew what we wanted, and so we just kind of had it like we just knew the aesthetic that we wanted, and it fit their channel just as much as their channel fit the sound of the band. So one email and one thing led to another, and they've put out the past 4 songs that we've done, and now this one with Carlos.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. I mean, how did you and Carlo link up with Carlos? I've known Carlos for a while, man. Like Carlos has always been a fucking good dude and shit.
That's
So
my dude. Dude,
like,
Carl's my dude. George is my dude.
Carlos came out of like nowhere. I feel like, dude. Like
Pretty much.
our
he's
old
been
vocalist
so
Tom.
good for so long. You know what I mean? Like it's
I knew
great to
before
see
I
a
was
band like this.
I like never heard of
I-
him.
the first time I ever talked to you was when Dan gave me your number to hit you up about joining the first time.
Yeah, when our original vocalist Will Ramos, who's been in like Awake in Providence and things like that. He filled in for like Lorna Shore and stuff like that. He was like the first vocalist on our first like 3 or 4 songs. When he left, before we found Tommy, we were looking around and people were like referencing people and suggesting people, and maybe it was me being stubborn or something like that, but people were definitely saying Carlos's name a little bit, and I just, I didn't really, maybe we were at a couple of local shows together or something like that, but I didn't really know who he was, but I started to get familiar with the kid or guy because you're older than me. I can't
Yeah, we're older than Tom.
But yeah, no, we all kept floating around, and once we needed we needed another vocalist. Once Tommy left, we didn't want to break up or anything like that. Him and I we have plenty more gas in the tank. And
Chris Russo was the one.
yeah, there were a lot of people saying they were, we had a bunch of people try out. We didn't think we were gonna like really reach out to the public and like talk about auditioning, but we did. And it worked out in the favor of like it pushed us to look around a lot and test our options, and there were a lot of decent or good people that tried out. Once we heard Carlos's tryout, we knew that we had something on our hands, and we were wondering like why didn't no
How the
offense,
fuck did we never pick him before?
no
dude?
offense to Tommy, because we had a great time
Yeah,
with
love
Tommy, and
Tommy,
Tommy's
always.
still our boy. But it was just kind of funny that we were like, wow, this kid almost tried out before.
Like, dude, the kid, he lives so close to me too. It's like, how have you lived so close this whole time, and out of nowhere he's in our band now? But like, it's been the smoothest process, I think.
We know Bonesaw too, and that's been fun to like. Yeah, like I worked with Bonesaw at my previous job, and was in Serious Matters with Bonesaw. So, shout out Bonesaw, shout out Serious Matters.
Those are my fucking dudes too.
That's my father.
I never loved anyone more than I love Bonesaw.
I
Great
love
guy.
the New Jersey scene, man. Everybody knows everybody. It's everybody's playing in bands with one another. We talked before we started recording this episode that like my old metalcore band Rebuild in Time played with your old metalcore band Premonitions at one point in time on Warped Tour in a basement show church. Like, dude, it's just a small world, man. That's how that's how much the Jersey scene thrives in whole. I love that shit, dude. Like, as long as we keep the community strong, like, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's staying strong.
It all started kind of that way, everybody playing shows with everybody, like tight-knit family, like every fucking weekend or like every other weekend we're playing a show at the same fucking place with the same bands, but like different headliners and shit. So it's pretty cool, like growing with, your friends and like bands at the same level, and
Yeah, because I remember Carlos, he was basically in a band prior to you dudes, and I don't remember what their name was or whatever, but there were some pretty good tracks that were never released, and I was like, God damn it, they gotta really start, writing music and shit. And as soon as I saw it on social media that Carlos was in this, in Viridian, and Viridian was releasing this new song, I was like, okay, something serious has happened. Like, I like this, so let's check it out. And then it dropped on Dreambound, and I was like, man, they're all the right things. I love seeing that shit, dude. Great marketing. Like, I'm sure you guys have a timeline set up for like more of a release coming in the future and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It's a possibility we might. Who knows?
Who knows?
There's definitely more material that that we're working on releasing soon.
Who can ever be sure?
I don't know.
You never know. Yeah, and with the song too, with Kinetic, you guys, what's it called? You guys had Jonny Reeves come on as a feature. How did that process go out, dude? Like, that's pretty tight too.
Jonny, yeah, it's weird. Jonny, like, we've talked over, I think like a year or two, if anything, like just on
back to premonitions,
Instagram.
Performers.
I mean, shit, yeah, that too. But Jonny and I just being in contact on Instagram and shit, like reacting on each other's stuff. I'm like trying to surprise my guys, like, see what you can do. So Jonny sent me something right away, and I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. I showed the boys, and the boys were digging it right off the get-go.
Yeah,
like, no hesitation.
I was definitely pretty blown away.
It's like, wow, this guy did this. And then, taking it to the next level, he's obviously in our music video. That was like the main concern. Obviously, it's dope to have someone on your song, especially at his caliber, but you also want to have him in the video present, like make it a little bit cooler. Like, I don't want to mimic singing the dude's voice.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was cool to have him in the video too, and have him be like totally down with the idea to be in it. And he had his buddy film the video for him out there, and it was just such an easy process with the dude. Shout out Jonny, he's the homie.
Yeah, Kingdom of Giants has been a top tier band for a while.
Listen to Passenger.
Yeah,
Kingdom of Giants, dude.
New album is fantastic. Definitely surprised.
But the one thing that I really thoroughly enjoy is, like, he just did this because he knows it was great music. Like, he didn't do it for, like, it's like, you know what I mean? He featured because he liked the band and he liked the song in itself, like, and the person of you, Carl, like, because you guys have like a bond and shit, like, which makes it even better, because sometimes it doesn't seem as what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it doesn't seem as oh god,
Authentic.
Yeah, it doesn't seem authentic when you like go hire somebody with that you pay a lot of money. Like, there was a band back in the day that I tried out for, which I'm not gonna get into that story because found out they already had members, so the tryout was just like an exposure for them. It was genius. But they had Kellen Quinn and Johnny Craig feature on the album, and like they paid a lot of money. And it didn't seem authentic. Like, the music was good, but it was like, they can't replicate that, and at the same time, like, that like it wasn't as authentic, whereas like Jonny came and like sang that and like meant that, and it seemed like he put a lot of passion into his part more than I've seen other features before.
I mean, yeah, the dude wrote his own lyrics. Like, we had lyrics done, but we didn't honestly do the new like vocal arrangement yet, because like we've said about another vocalist, like, fuck, we've had this song fucking written, and we had other vocals written and
there was a whole other version.
A year.
Yeah, there was a whole other version of the song when we originally wrote it and tracked it with Tommy.
Oh,
actually. Yeah, so it was definitely a treat to like hear it completely different, like everything kind of reworked, lyrics reworked, and it had this like spice on it, this guest feature that, like you said, it definitely wasn't like, I know what you mean by someone just kind of like throwing money at someone and getting a guest feature on their song, and you can kind of tell it's just there. Like you almost know when it's coming, and I just feel like Johnny's it's in the right spot. It fits really well, and his lyrics fit in super well.
Yeah, like he had no
with
reference.
the concept for what it's crazy. He really didn't have any. I'm pretty sure we sent him the lyrics eventually, but like we didn't really. He nailed it. He nailed the lyrics. He nailed the whole thing. It was amazing.
No, it just makes it such a like Carlo was saying, like more authentic. It really kind of brings out the song in full instead of like being forced somewhere into the song for Cloud. Like I could pay fucking Franzilla like $5,000 to be on a new song up and coming, but nobody's giving a shit about me. They're just there for Franzilla. But it's cool that the relationship's there, and hopefully when this fucking pandemic ends, maybe that would be an ideal tour. I'm sure I could see a Viridian Kingdom of Giants tour or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, that would be insane. Johnny, hook us up, bro. Let's go.
We would do it. We would definitely not hesitate.
Absolutely jump on that. No second thought.
Yeah, is it convenient for all three of you? Because I mean, I know Carlos is from New Jersey, and Permanent is from New Jersey, but like New Jersey, it's all north or central that you guys are chilling in.
We're all over the place.
We're pretty. Carlos and I are pretty like smack dab in the middle. I'm on the, and we're on the. We're all three of us are pretty much like on the shore. Like we're all on like the shore side of New Jersey, obviously. But Carl just lives like pretty south.
I live in the sticks.
I live like right in the middle of both of them.
Yeah.
He lives like right down by Atlantic City almost. Maybe like 10 or 20 miles north of Atlantic City.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it's fucking far. It's really far.
Just a little bit, because Zach, my co-host, he's in Cherry Hill, so it's like roughly from me from Bucks County to get there. It's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes on a bad day. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
I'm from
Jackson, Jersey,
so I would have to go over. I remember Cherry Hill.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good area.
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
And it's so weird too. Like once I got out of high school, like my majority of music that I was playing with, like bands, like hopping from band to band, were all in New Jersey. So I think just Jersey had a better scene in itself than Philadelphia. Sorry, Philadelphia, don't mean to crap on your scene, but I mean, I like the hipster music. I get it, it's cool, but like I think the Jersey scene had like the edge that like Philly didn't have for a while.
I felt like there were a lot of people in New Jersey. Like I had a fairly good time playing in New Jersey, but I love Philadelphia.
Hey, Philly's got some killer bands like Keonashi, Jesus Peace.
Even playing there, like we were playing Voltage Lounge, like Viridian played there, and Primo played there.
Yeah.
But my other old band, Idle Minds, we would play there all the time, and that place was fucking awesome.
Yeah, Voltage Lounge is pretty sick. It's right next to the Electric Factory, which is now called something else now. Fuck it, but whatever. It's still the Electric Factory. My favorite thing about Philly shows is the basement shows when it's like usually like a $5 buy-in. Like usually those are my go-to shows, but
I would do so much to do that right now. I would play the Meat Locker at 2 a.m. right now.
Yeah, what in Philly? What, Raquel's house? Right?
Yeah, we would play. Yeah, our friend Raquel would had this old venue called, it was like Slack a Barrel Underground Animal.
So fucking sick at those shows.
That was
played like two of those.
Yeah, that was a big spot. Like a lot of like the metalcore scene in like 2015, 16 ish. We were over there a little bit.
Do you guys have any idea of maybe bringing on new members? Because it seems like, the three of you is pretty tight for right now. I don't know if you need it. Like maybe like do you guys ever think of just getting like touring musicians instead of actual members? Because I see a lot of bands doing that now. I got offered to be in a band a year ago, and they were like, "No, you should be touring." And I'm like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Carl's got this one, but yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like we've had so many fucking people in the band, and we've tried to have multiple instrument players in here, and it's always fucking something. I feel like no hate, honestly, like ever.
But if the chemistry is there, my dude, like, why even reach out? Like, just hire people. Not even hire people, but give them a guarantee when you tour. That's a thing. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Feeling like, I mean, I've been a hired gun before to like go and just show up and tour, but like I don't know. I just feel like even for that aspect, like it's nice, but just using backtracks. I mean, if it's me playing the bass and the bass is playing fucking exactly how it is, like to a T. I don't know. It kind of just opens up like this different dynamic having three of us like on a stage.
Yeah,
Kind
we
of
like having three of us on a stage. We haven't found someone yet that's like fit the vibe of doing it and it being their bread and butter. You know what I mean? We kind of like this is like one of those things that him and I definitely like we disagree on like a little bit. Just I think it's I'm super favorative of it as a drummer because it's like a rhythm thing, and I like having that rhythm section person on stage maybe. But you know,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just
all the music. So he writes all the riffs, so and he tracks all the stuff. So like he said, it works right now, and it's one of those things where like we cross those bridges when we get there. There were instances right before putting out Kinetic where we almost had a fucking 5-piece band. We were all like we literally a bassist and a guitarist.
Just close.
Yeah, very close.
A whole other ass Carl.
another whole Carl. Two of them.
Yeah. But
Carl and Carl Jr., you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day.
Carl Jr.
Yeah, it's all about chemistry.
Yeah.
We don't want any more, but like we know there's going to be bumps in the road no matter what, but we're trying to just do our shit and eventually play shows again, but get more songs out and just do more shit, and we'll like I said, we cross those bridges when we get to them.
Yeah, because right now Viridian's in the perfect situation, being a very well now starting to be known underground band, to take advantage of that. And I just think I was curious because there are bands I've seen where they do have higher guns, like Carl was saying, and it's like I mean I did it for a couple times, like it was cool, I get it, but like I didn't feel the music in a sense, like I didn't fit the vibe, so I was like whatever, man, like just pay me my paycheck, maybe I'll just do something else.
And that's kind of worried
I've done
about.
it too, yeah.
I don't like that. I guess that aspect for me is like it's so disposable for you to be able to leave a band so quick. Like if you're not committed and you're just there to make money, I feel like the passion is a little bit sacrificed. Like I'd rather be so passionate myself and have my boys be passionate than have someone half-assed there and kind of like ruin my vibe and bring me down. I'd rather be like,
we need to we need to get another Carlos, but a bassist.
They gotta be out there somewhere. They gotta be out there somewhere.
Oh, I wait.
We'll find them one day, but for now we'll go to our friend Mac, the computer.
Yeah, Mac.
Good old Mac.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah, I mean, this chemistry is perfect. Just be careful. I mean, some people might like want to like, I don't know. I just keep going back to that one time where like I almost got not hired, but like I was supposed to be in the band. They were signed to Equal Vision, but I wasn't signing to Equal Vision. I was signing to the solo artist. I was like, oh, no, dude, he could just drop me like at any time.
Yeah, any second. Yep.
Yeah, but I get it because that's like his vision. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, I had that passion. Carlos knows I've done that through my years and shit. As you guys are doing it now, so it's like, I praise you for sticking to your guns and being like, nah, we're just gonna really, dig deep into what we have together and really come out with some well-rounded songs in itself. Like, did you guys record in Jersey?
Yeah, we record. So it's weird. The beginning of our band, we always recorded with Matt Guglielmo at Graphic Nature. So that was in Jersey. For the first 5 songs, the first EP and Strain, and then for the last 3 songs, we've done the In Orbit and Misery Peak. We tracked in-house the guitar stems and bass and stuff like that, and then we did all in New Jersey. Yeah, we did vocals with our friend Kevin, and then we did the drums with our friend Jesse Avignon. And then for we had mixing and mastering done by Cody Stewart, but for Kinetic, for the new songs, we went to our buddy Eric, also in New Jersey, and just tracked some stems with him. Eric Chase.
Eric Chase got the schnids.
Shout out to Rips Dublin, I gotta say.
This is the boy.
We love Eric, but Cody Stewart mixed and mastered, so he's out of Nashville. But yeah, we tracked in-house. pretty much.
Yeah,
All the
that's pretty
stems
cool.
and everything.
Yeah, because I think I remember back in the day, Premonitions was a lot of DIY. I don't think you guys really went out for Premonitions. I don't believe, right?
Just the whirls.
We went. We were going up to Pennsylvania a little bit to
Oh.
record with our friends Dylan and Sean Worrell.
Oh, the
Well, lucky
Worlds.
for-
Yeah, the World Brothers, dude. They were huge back then.
They're
Desensitized.
awesome, yeah.
We tracked with Jesse Avignon in New Jersey.
Yep.
We tracked the stems and drums
Yeah.
and everything with him. And then the Whirlybirds did all the mixing and mastering.
Yeah.
Even for what? The new I don't know who did Dark Wounds. What's his face?
Oh,
Randy
the last Premonition
Pasquarello.
song, Randy Pasquarello.
Yeah.
He's in a band called If I Were You.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That's really
Awesome band from New York. Great band. He's the drummer
And
and the
singer.
singer.
Crazy
He's
fucking high voice, dude.
I
It's
can't.
crazy.
Something I wish I could do was pull off that like Aaron Gillespie singing and playing the drums at the same time. So I
Yeah, he
give
kills
anybody
that.
props that can do that shit.
Yeah, me too. And Donnie from Hail the Sun does that, and that blows my fucking mind, dude.
Yeah, I have
Sick,
I have a handful of videos on my phone of him at like live shows just ripping it.
Yeah, and being a drummer itself, it's like I'm like following along those drums. I'm like, oh, dude, I can't wait to go play this like at home and fucking jam out to him. But then like when he starts singing, I'm like, how? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're like on a tenor level, also playing fucking like pretty complicated beats at the same time. It just, dude, that shit is not easy, man. Energy Gillespie is like a huge fan of
Brain
mine.
power,
So
dude.
Big brain.
Brain power.
Yeah.
Galaxy brain.
that
I
was
love- I
actually
love
the
that.
last time I saw you, Carlos. We went to go see Hail the Sun, Dance Gavin
Dance,
Dance,
Gavin Dance.
Periphery,
Yeah.
Covet.
That was a sick show.
Dude,
Nice.
that was a great
No,
show.
no, this was the artificial selection tour.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Carlos will ever take a SEPTA train ever again after that trip to the show. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit, that took forever. We missed it twice.
Well, the first time you guys didn't bring cash.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, why the fuck couldn't you buy a train ticket with a card? You thinking why not? And then
You're supposed to put coins in or something usually, right?
no, we get there and they're like cash only. I'm like, the fuck do you mean cash only?
So you get off at the next stop, which is I'm sure in Bristol or Croydon, and then yeah, that was complicated. That was a great show though, and we actually were like
It
at the
was.
Electric Factory in the back. I mean, it was weird because we were behind the stage, so the sound was like kind of okay, but it was so packed to the point where kids were just like fucking throwing bows. And then when Dance Gavin Dance came on, it was just like an all-out well production entirely. It was really good.
See people.
Love Dance Gavin Dance.
Yes, sir. I love Dance Gavin Dance.
Yeah, and
Oh
like
my God.
some good progressive wiggly shit. Like
I got into them like super late into their discography technically, compared to like their original fan base, like their
Mhm.
normal fan base. But I love that band.
I feel you. Yeah, I started following them when Tillian left from Ties the Man and then went to Dance. That was like when I really started getting into them. Because Johnny, I was never a fan of Johnny Craig. Couldn't stand him.
Yeah, I like the songs that he's on, but fuck Johnny Craig.
Yeah, he's kind of a piece of shit. I mean, honestly, dude, like the thing is, like his vocals are fantastic, but like him as a person in general is probably like
Yeah.
the most fucking ignorant scumbag.
Grade
I've
A
ever met, dude.
scumbag.
This is a yikes of a person.
Yeah. Dude, the MacBook thing blew my mind. I was like, how is that even a real fucking idea? Like, where do you really come up with a concept like that? But you're taking over kids' like mental capacity. I don't know. It's just really fucked up.
Drugs.
God, who were you guys? What was the process like for Viridian before the pandemic happened? Because I know Carlos just joined recently, and did you have plans on writing like an album at all, or?
I mean,
So we were
I don't know.
in retrospect, we did our first run last September. So we were doing that. We did that run like off of the heels of music with our previous vocalist and like
Stream was out.
we were playing, we were just playing a bunch of shows around the tri-state area, and then we ended up in March 8th, like literally the day, like that was like the last normal day. We played House of Independence with Silent Planet and Currents, Invent Anime.
And I was at
Greyhaven.
that show.
Yeah.
That
That
was
was
fire
so
show.
fucking one of the best shows. We had such a good time, and that was our last show. So we basically had our plans to release, just keep releasing music, and eventually go and record more. Everything just kind of had to get everything got pushed back because we basically I don't know, the pandemic happened and then Tommy left, so like we were almost like, all right, like we're chilling now, but we were kind of like in stagnation because of the pandemic, because we really wanted to like play shows and stuff like that, just like every other band out there. Stalemate for a while. And so basically we spent quarantine rebuilding and finding a new thing and finding a new vocalist, and then now we're here.
Yeah. How do you feel about those driving shows? I think they're a little silly, but I think depending on like the actual performance and stuff, it could be something decent. But I hear like it's like it's a double-edged sword in a sense.
I think it's pretty cool. I know that some friends who went to go see the Front Bottoms a few months ago, and they said that was great.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to be to be able to see a band.
Yeah.
Just to go to a show, even if
I would
was
do
like,
it right now.
Yeah, me too.
In a heartbeat.
Honestly.
just to go see someone play live. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't even care who it is.
Our friends in America Part 2 did it too.
Oh, that's right. Chris
Yeah.
Chris filmed all those drive-in shows.
Yeah. It's cool. I'm glad people are like, that was different because that was, I think, in like the summer and it was nicer out, and quarantine was obviously still like hot and heavy, and it still is now. But now it's it's getting colder and shit like that, so people aren't doing, fuck it, let's do an outside show soon. I don't care.
Yeah,
Everybody's
seriously.
just gotta stay.
Jimmy Muro
Start
was
with
doing the clubhouse shows. They were doing drive-in shows. It was actually looking pretty professional. It was like Jimmy knows what he's doing. I'm like, damn, dude, like this is tight. And I've never been to one personally. The only thing I would hear is like, if you're too far in the back, it's really hard to hear. I mean, you can have the radio, but it's a kind of an echo. But I think that's like the only complaint. Like, I guess you just gotta get like there really early to make sure that you can hear everything. I guess I don't know, but
That's fair.
we're trying to figure out something new. You know what I mean? Like for the time being.
I remember you guys were gonna play there like right before everything shut down too. Right?
Yeah. Oh, we were supposed to play with Carousel Kings, and we had two shows.
Sales ahead, right?
Yeah, and with Sales Ahead, so we had two shows. It was like one weekend, and then the next weekend, and then the pandemic happened. Because like we were, we're still like writing in a sense. I guess I don't know what we're doing, but I mean, it was like, and then the pandemic hit. I was like, you know what? I'd be really stoked if we could just get this one show out of the way. Like, and the first one was with Sales Ahead, I believe, and then Jimmy shut down the one with Carousel Kings. I was like, all right, at least we'll do with Sales Ahead. And they shut the one with Sales Ahead down because it was the Nintendo fucking Animal Crossing promotion show. It was like really big. Like Sierra did such a great job marketing it, and then that got shut down. Like, fuck, dude. Like, and now I'm broke. I got laid off from my job like right at the beginning because they had no work. So I'm like, wow, I can't really go to the studio at all. Like, this is fucking dog shit. Yeah, I just think we're trying our best to really see what we can do as an industry in itself. I mean, the live streaming has been pretty cool for some of the bigger bands. However, how often can you really do that?
Avoid's live stream.
Killed it.
Avoid's live stream was so sick. Oh my god.
I watched the Under Oath ones in the beginning of the quarantine too.
Yeah, how were they?
Those are amazing. They did Lost in the Sound of Separation, and that's my favorite record by them. And it was just phenomenal. They did every record, so it was fucking sick. Like they did all, well, not everyone. They did the three, Chasing, Lost, and Define. Yeah.
I'm really upset for missing both Devil Wears Prada streams.
Yeah, we missed both of those this
Oh
week.
my fucking god.
Oh yeah, they did Zombie EP and Space EP.
Yeah,
And they did
2 days
Roots
in a row.
last weekend.
They did it 2 days in a row this weekend though. They did Friday and Saturday, and we missed both.
Why can't they just?
We did
Are they selling tickets where you can like actually watch it afterwards? Oh, okay.
I think we can. Architects did one last night, and
I'm sure that was
watch it.
fucking incredible.
they're up right now.
Because I know
Yeah,
ABR did one recently, and then ABR is going to do a Christmas one. But ABR can honestly do every single fucking album, like front to back. Like every month they could do a whole album if they wanted to.
They just did Thrill Seeker 15-year anniversary stream. That's what it was.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah, it is awesome.
We saw them play that back at launch, too.
That was
Launch
That
festival.
was so sick.
Shout out to Jeremy Weiss,
Wow.
my fucking boss. What's up, bro? That dude knows how to throw a show. I mean, dude, that was my favorite launch of all time because Under Oath, Spencer and Aaron were doing a acoustic performance at the Chameleon Club.
That was
Rest in
so
peace.
cool. That was so cool.
Chameleon Club was moved, I think, down the street somewhere, so they're not there
Yeah,
anymore.
we got to rip the Lizard Lounge.
Yeah, the Lizard Lounge too. But yeah, that was a great show I saw with Carlos. Carlos and I were like really chilling. Carlos was selling merch in a sense with me at one point. I wanted to bring you on Warped Tour so badly, dude, but we had to pay our manager. On that note, so do you guys, after taking into consideration of maybe possibly building a team with management or PR or coming out with a campaign in general? Because I'm sure you've done that in the past, but sometimes it's, it depends on like who you work with. But I could see a huge interest coming from those kind of professionals and reaching out to you probably within the next like month or two. You know what I'm saying? So you might get that kind of shit on your plate.
I mean, we've definitely been thinking about it, like for the future, like getting stuff out there to the to the next level and more exposure. I think we do, like, so far we've done like a fair job ourselves, but
Right.
we're definitely trying to make the next step with getting our music out there and really pushing it.
Are you guys interested in like label shopping? Like, is that a thing, or do you see yourself doing more of a DIY kind of gig until maybe you get the offer from somebody else instead of you reaching out? Just curious.
We're definitely open to it. We know that things like, a lot of the bands that we look up to and that we listen to, they're represented by these labels, these big labels, that if they heard our stuff and they liked it and they wanted to work some shit out with us, that would be fantastic.
Yes.
But submitting your music to stuff like that, it's definitely a slim to none thing. Not saying that it's impossible, but we've just tried thus far to get it out there ourselves and things like that. And like I said before, like we're open to hearing what people, if anybody is interested, we're opening to hear what they have to say. If someone believed in us or anything, down those lines.
Yeah.
That's just what I think.
I just know that a lot of like underground bands, like when Poeta, before we signed with CI, I mean, we were skeptical of having outside people come in and work with us, but at the same time, like, it was probably the best thing that could ever happen to us because we knew that it was the right deal. Like, we if it wasn't the right deal, we wouldn't take it. But some people like I've had friends that have been offered 360 deals. I'm like, please, for the love of God, like, do not sell your soul. Like, that is not a good idea, dude.
No, definitely not.
No, but it seems like I think Viridian would be one of those bands that could have the ball in their court at all times until something really kind of brings itself forward to you for an opportunity, and then you could probably decide. I think this is like a band that doesn't really have to reach out to anybody.
Yeah, we're definitely we're confident that we're just confident in ourselves and our passion to it. We know we love the music that we write and that we release. And we do think we think it's unique. We think it's a little different from that, no offense to anybody else, but just that generic, anything sort of like, we try to just push our boundaries a little bit and create something new. So if that catches people's ears and eyes and stuff like that, then that's wonderful.
Yeah, you don't want to have a shelf life, dude. I've seen bands that have had shelf lives, and like even in the professional industry, like they were signed to like pretty big labels, and you just see them fall off the face of the earth because there's an expiration date. Just sounds like the same as everything else. Which is cool. Like, I mean, if you do that, that's fine. But like, some bands know already going to it, like we'll just rewrite this sound and like make it our own. Which should happen.
Try to so much different shit
At
into
how
our
many
music.
old Rise core bands?
We try. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into all of the music that we listen to.
Yeah, and considering with the writing process, like how well has it been going during these unprecedented times with the pandemic? Has it been more difficult than usual, or?
Yeah, like, I feel like always for our band, it's always started with me, whether it be in a studio or just at home in a room writing the song. It's always been the same process, but this time around, in being in quarantine, like especially in the beginning, back in March, like we couldn't do shit together. So the only way that we were gonna write songs if I just kept writing songs. Like we couldn't really do much. There was really not much we could do. So given the circumstances, it was kind of cool that I had the ability to write, so that we could continue to keep pushing through the hardest time, for a band.
Yeah, I felt good that we didn't. We locked down for 6 months or whatever, and it didn't feel like we did nothing.
Mm-mm.
Like he, as in Carl, was pumping out almost a song a day at one point.
Yeah, dude.
Like every other day, yeah, something like that. Dude.
But writing.
Even since I've joined.
I can't. I write like I work on my drum parts and stuff like that. But when it comes to the writing, Carl really just
It's a machine.
when he's home, he sits down in front of his computer and he writes Viridian. It's awesome.
Yeah, Carlos, do you write lyrics before a song is presented to you, or are you already like digging deep into your fucking soul when you're putting that on paper?
Yeah, you're digging deep into your soul.
Well, Kinetic. Actually, Dom wrote Kinetic. I have yet to put anything into lyric-wise.
Not yet.
Hopefully. Not yet.
Not yet.
We're like vessels for each other, you know what I mean? I think that's the best way to describe it, that Carlos came in at an interesting time, and I don't know, I kind of had a little grasp on what I wanted the song to be about. I write lyrics to an extent, and it's just I don't know, it worked out better that way for the release, and it feels good that I can not trust him is the wrong word, but if he's comfortable singing my words, then that makes me feel good.
Right, as a collaborative effort to really get across the way of the song in itself. You know what I mean? So it has that even flow of flexibility with how you're going about singing this song and shit. Yeah, because lyrics, I mean, trust me, man, I don't know how to fucking write lyrics. I just know how to play drums. But I've seen producers really dig down into some lyrics and what are you trying to say here? How does this correspond to this?
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all. It really isn't.
It's never easy. But before we sign off, is there anything that you want to kind of take a shot in the dark with to people who are listening that might be coming out in the near future? Any kind of other videos or songs or anything? What's going on?
Watch the video on Dreambound, and watch the video for Kinetic, and stream that shit, because we put a lot of time into it. I've said this before. He put in, the song is just it's like our baby to us. But keep your eyes out and ears out before the end of the year.
Oh,
that's
fuck.
all. That's all we'll say.
Let's go. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign off on this, and I appreciate you dudes coming on. I'm really looking forward to it. Congratulations on the song, Kinetic.
Dude, thank you for having us on, George.
It's fucking incredible, man.
You're a gem.
Love talking.
We're gonna keep talking more. Actually, you know what? We do a segment where we do Drink It or Leave It, and we're releasing more episodes of that. So maybe we'll have to drink some IPAs together.
Yes,
in the near
sir.
future.
Yes, sir.
I definitely like the sound of that.
Yeah, Andreas, the solo artist, is going to be releasing soon, and then there's a couple other guests that we started booked that we're fucking stoked on. If you guys haven't checked that out, listening, you had Dave from Covet and Ben Rosette from Strawberry Girls on recently. You can go back into our channel and check that out too.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
But yeah, guys, thanks for coming on. I'm stoked for it. I'm going to put this song on repeat. Repeat Kinetic from Viridian. If you don't, you should be a fucking shame of yourself, because this band's going to be something special. So don't fucking mark my words, dude. I know when I see good fucking talent, all right? Just saying.
Thank you,
Just
George.
saying.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dad. Love you.
Love you too, dude. I'll see you guys later.